All right, we are outside of Wilkins RV Sales Center and Service Center here in Churchville, New York. We had come in a few days ago because if you'd been watching, we had a weird issue with our what I thought was an inverter or converter or something, not necessarily a battery issue. But when we came in, we were having to run our generator that's in the back of the truck with an extension cord up through, and you can actually see the extension cord go through that window because we're having to do it again. But we had brought it in because we were having to basically run our generator from our truck going down the road in order to keep our fridge going, because we have a residential fridge. It doesn't work like other fridges off of propane and such. Anyway, that's what we brought it in for a few days ago. And what we were told was the batteries were bad. They were wired wrong. And so we said, okay, fine, just replace the batteries, wire it correctly, let's just get it working properly and get on down the road. So they did. We headed on down the road, and we hooked it up once, drove about 4.5 hours, met some friends in a different part of New York, and that's where we were. And we were there for 2 nights, and we went to hook it up again. And when we did, I noticed a lot of smoke coming out from under the rig over here, okay? So let me show you what was going on. Here's the 2 new batteries, but this is one set of wires, okay? And over here's the other set, and it goes all the way underneath, and I'm fairly certain that it goes probably the length over to the power supply box. So we tried to, because we were 4.5 hours away, we were trying to get to Maine. We were like, well, let's just go, Wilkins recommended a place. And they're like, well, they'll fix it and then we'll reimburse and all that other stuff. But that place is like, well, we can't look at it until middle of next week. Well, this is our home. We live here. So it's not much of an option. And if it's going to be that much time, it's going to be an expensive job, as I'm understanding. We would have to pay it out of pocket in order for us to be reimbursed by Wilkins if somebody else fixed it. Anyway, so we decided, you know what? We're just going to bring it back here, 4.5 hours back the way we came from, when we're trying to go the other direction, but that's okay. This is part of the deal. So they're about an hour before they open. And so we're going to go inside in about an hour and figure out, we're going to have them drop it off. The problem is we can't really work the slide outs or the levelers, so we can't disconnect from the truck, so we're going to have to get help with that. So there's just a lot of functions that are not quite right. Like we did work the slide outs last night by kind of tapping the batteries a little bit just to get them out without overheating it. But that was just so we could function and live in it, because we have to. So I believe that Wilkins is going to make it right. I really do. But we'll see what happens. We have no idea how long this is going to take. We're about an hour and a half from Niagara Falls, if you want to, and maybe 45 minutes from Buffalo, something like that. So we got to figure out where we're going to stay. We got to make sure we pack up for, at least a few days, because today's a Saturday. They're not going to be open tomorrow. I understood they might bring in a service tech to come work on it today, which isn't typical, but they understand the situation, so I appreciate that. But I think it's such a big job, in my opinion, that it's probably going to take a few days. Well, they're going to be closed tomorrow, so we've got to figure out lodging and a place to stay in the next few days while they sort this out. So that is the most recent thing, and that was, if you saw the video about the brakes on the truck, where these brakes over here were just freaking shot. We got those fixed literally a couple hours later is when I hooked everything up, and that's when it started smoking, and it is bad. So that's the latest. That is what we're doing right now. And here's my attitude, okay? If you want to know where I stand on this, we're not in a hurry to get anywhere, okay? We live wherever our wheels are. The frustrating part on this one is it's an issue out of our control. We paid someone to take care of an issue. It became worse. Because of that, we're having to go find lodging, and that's an inconvenience because we live in this thing, we work out of this thing, this is our home. And so that's the nuance of the frustration. Other than that, we're not in a hurry to get anywhere. I mean, yeah, we were trying to get to Bangor, Maine, and we're trying to get up to Bar Harbor and see Maine and how beautiful it is up there. But you know what? So what? We got to come back here and deal with this. We got to make sure we got a rig that works properly, that's safe to travel and live in. So we're going to make the most of it. I mean, maybe we go back to Niagara Falls, maybe we go visit Buffalo, Rochester's nearby. You know, we got options. We go hang out and visit, and we can still work. You know, we've got our health. God got us here safely, didn't burn down our rig. So all things considered, it's all good, okay? But doesn't mean it's not an inconvenience to some degree, but you know what? We choose our attitudes, okay? So in this case, we're just adapting, surviving, we're thriving, we're flowing. Not a big deal. We'll make it happen, but we'll keep you posted. So that's what we're doing this morning here on a Saturday morning up here in upstate New York.